I need people to know that she existed. She was here. She was born, and that was my baby. That was my baby, and I miss her. My name is Rafiq McDaniel, and my daughter's name is Abigail Rose McBride McDaniel. Um, let's just say that from the moment that I was told that she was pregnant, Abigail's mom, um, there was some fright there, of course, because what a lot of people don't know or understand about me is the fact that I do have a son, but my son, I never got to raise him as a child, and I didn't know him until he was 11. I had no idea about him till he was 11, and so Abigail was my first baby. Being a first time dad to a baby, I embraced it. And I guess I should backtrack. Before then, she was pregnant with triplets. So again, that was part of the shock of it, is being pregnant with triplets. Um, but at some point, I think around month 3 or 4, I think around month 3, somewhere in between there, you go and get the ultrasound, and you see 3 sets of feet in there, and you only see 1 set of feet moving. And so that was the day that we knew that we lost 2 of them. So we lost 2 of them, and of course that was difficult. There was a little bit of there was some disbelief there, you know. Uh, so me and her, we fight through that. I want to say 11:30. She sends me a text asking me if if I can talk, and I'm going, oh, okay, well, this must be. I'm like, this must be it, you know, like she's coming early, you know. And so I'm finally able to break away, and I give her a call, and she picks up the phone, and I can just kind of hear something different in her voice. And so she just said, we lost Abigail. And it was just shock, you know. It was absolute shock. Meet up with her and some of her family members at the hospital, and I guess at this point I'm holding it together pretty good. You know, they all come up to me, give me hugs and everything like that, and I'm there for about. At some point, I had to tell my mom. I don't remember at what point I told my mom. So I want to say probably about 2 hours after I told her, she shows up at the hospital, and I see her walking down the hallway. I see her coming down the hallway, and she gets in the room, and I just lost it. That was the moment that I lost it. Everything is kind of a blur. I think, like, I just know they let us hold her. They let us hold her for a good 5 to 6 hours. They probably kept her. They let us have her longer than we probably should have, and I was definitely thankful for that. But at some point, I told them, okay, you know, we can't. Let's you know, just kind of take her away. This is the last time I'm gonna hold her like this. After the holidays ended, was when it really was when reality hit, because then the holidays are over with. Your family members that were there for you, all of a sudden, they got their own thing that they have to do. And so that was kind of expected, but you never expected like that, you know. And something else I didn't expect was her mom was slowly distancing herself. I said it was just really tough, because then that's when I really felt alone. And then that's when everything kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, because I felt as if I still had her and her daughter. And all of a sudden, when you start to think about it, you go from having my son and having her daughter, so those are my kids, plus the three that we were supposed to have. And then all of a sudden, I go from 5 kids to just one. Nothing anybody can say is helpful, you know. But it took a friend of my brother's to say, hey, I went through this too. We talked for about 2 hours, and a complete stranger is the person that kind of gave me the push that I need to, go get help. And so from there, I go see a therapist, and I have my sessions with the therapist, and that definitely helped out a lot. I think at that point I was looking to get help, so he helped me. He helped me out a lot, and that started me into, um, you know, reconstructing myself. And then ever since then, it's just been a steady stream of rebuild, fall back down, and rebuild a little bit more, fall back down. Family, they they don't know what to do. Is if there's any kind of advice that I can give to family members, is don't be afraid to ask. We want you to talk about our kids. What I do in celebration of Abigail, that's something else that kind of goes in stages also. Like I was saying before, 51 weeks into year one, I was out there. The 1 week I didn't go out there, I had an anxiety attack for the first time in my life. I didn't know what was going on. Year two, uh, I somehow discovered, I discovered a, a memorial in Lee Summit that's honoring kids. I became obsessed with getting her a brick. I went out to the memorial first, and I kind of walked around, and I seen how nice it is to have your child's name forever etched somewhere. So I finally got her brick, and I was happy, to actually have her brick. And that first day when I went and saw it, my mom and my grandma actually surprised me, and they showed up. They showed up also, so that was great, because I didn't expect that. Groupon. I found something on Groupon that will will blow your pictures up in glass. When I got it, it was the best thing. It was the best thing that I had gotten for myself so far. And so I had that. So then I ordered another one with another picture of her feet, her foot, and my finger. This makes me happy. Bought a accent table, and somebody gave me, not too long before that, somebody gave me a blanket with Abigail Rose on it and the date. So that was great also. So I took the blanket, put it over the glass table, and all of the stuff I had collected, and now I have my own memorial at home. And so it's priceless. Somebody ordered me a Molly Bear, and so the Molly Bear doesn't move. So I've got my rocker, I got my recliner, and then I've got my couch right here, and in between, I got my Rose Bear. My Rose Bear is always gonna be next to me, and so if I go from chair or if I go to couch, my Rosie Bear is gonna be right there, and that's something I could take my Rosie Bear out of town. So it's great. If I'm having a hard time, I could just hold my Rosie Bear because it weighs as much as she did when she was born, and so it's great. And that's how I currently celebrate my daughter.